Hello and welcome. I am Exit Light and this is my channel. Today we're going to do something a little different and I'm going to read you a story that I've written. So get settled in, get warm, cozy, and let's go. Jamie and Leah Preston had everything they'd ever wanted. They had stable jobs, they had a happy marriage, and now they had a brand new house. It was the first built in a secluded new development called Pine Brook Estates, a wide clearing surrounded by forest, far from the chaos of the city. Leah had chosen the floor plan, Jamie had obsessed over the finishes, and when they finally moved in that spring, it felt like paradise. Smells like fresh paint and fresh beginnings, Leah had said on their first night, her wine glass catching the light. But Jamie had noticed something else, a faint odor beneath the newness, sort of earthy, metallic, like old rain on a rusted pipe. But he didn't mention it. Within a week they noticed the cold. No matter how high the thermostat was, the floors, particularly in the hallway by the basement door, remained freezing. Milo, their golden retriever, refused to cross into that hallway. He'd whine, pace, and sometimes sit just staring at the door, his ears pinned back, his tail tucked. Jamie joked that the house was settling. Leah laughed, but uneasily. Then came the noises. In the middle of the night, a faint scraping, like nails on the wood, always from the basement. Jamie would wake up and stare at the ceiling, heart racing. It wasn't loud, just persistent, repetitive, and something below, it seemed, was crawling out. He checked the basement, of course, and again, but it was clean, empty, normal, except for the cold. Leah began waking at exactly 3:33 a.m. every morning. She never remembered why, just a surge of panic, her heart thudding like she'd been running. Then one night, Jamie awoke to find her standing at the bedroom window, whispering. "I'm buried," she said softly. "They buried me, and I'm still awake." Jamie jolted upright. "Leah." She turned to him slowly, blinking. "What?" "You just said something about being buried." I did?" she asked, clearly confused. He let it go. Maybe she was sleepwalking. Maybe it was from stress. She didn't bring it up the next morning, and neither did he. But that was when he started dreaming. Vivid, detailed dreams of digging, always digging deep into the earth, so dark and dense it screamed into his ears. 2 months in, the house began to bleed. It started in the guest bedroom, a streak of dark red running down the wall from the corner near the floor. Jamie tried to scrub it. Nothing. They brought in contractors. "Rust from the nails," said one. "Humidity, probably," said the other. But when Jamie tore out the drywall himself, the wooden studs were clean. No leaks, no rust, and the red stain reappeared the next morning, spread slowly, first to the hallway, then to the staircase. Wherever the cold was worst, the red followed. Leah stopped sleeping altogether. "They want us to see it," she said once, staring at a handprint that had formed in the stain on the bedroom wall. "They want us to remember." Jamie called the builder. He demanded records. The land, he learned, had once been part of the 19th century settlement, a village lost to fire and disease, or so the records claimed. But there was no cemetery, no maps, just blank space. That night, Jamie bought a ground-penetrating radar scanner. He began digging near the basement's northwest corner where the chill was worst, and Milo refused to go. Leah begged him not to. "Don't disturb it," she whispered. "We're only here because we forgot. Don't remember. Jamie, please." But he had to know. A foot under the concrete, the scanner picked up voids, pockets. Jamie hired a small private crew. They jackhammered a hole through the slab. Bones. Small, fragile bones. Dozens of them. Skulls no larger than melons. Fingers no thicker than twigs. The police sealed off the house. Forensic teams came and went. Human remains. Children. Dozens of them. The news exploded. Investigations began. Pine Brook Estates halted construction indefinitely. Prestons were forced to leave. They moved in with Leah's parents while the case unfolded. Jamie hardly slept. Leah grew distant, pale, like a photograph left in the sun. Then one night she woke him up with a whisper. "I remember now," she said. Her eyes were dark, her smile crooked. "I remember before." "Before what?" Jamie asked groggily. She didn't answer. Instead, she pressed something into his hand. It was a ring, small, tarnished, ornate, etched with the initials L.E. Jamie stared at it. "Where did you get this?" "I wasn't Leah then," she said softly. "I was Lily." He dropped the ring. "Leah, this isn't funny." She stepped closer. "I remember you, too. You came into the woods with the others. You brought the shovels. You helped cover us." Jamie's breath caught. "What the hell are you talking about?" "I told them you'd come back," she whispered. "We've been waiting." Jamie isn't aware yet, but he will be. He had been there before, long ago, in a whole other life. He had been one of the men responsible for the burial, a local who had joined in the cover-up when sickness swept over the orphanage that had been built on that land. Rather than treat or bury them properly, the town erased them. And now they are waking. The house had drawn him back, not just as a victim of haunted land, but as its architect. The blood in the walls was his guilt, the dreams, his memories. Leah, Lily, was just the first to remember, and she was only one of many. Soon others in the neighborhood would awaken too. The foundations of Pine Brook Estates were more than concrete. They were consecrated in silence and sealed with soil and screams. And what was buried does not stay buried forever. Thank you for coming to my channel.